Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Master, part number 4120 KA. KA123 is what it is. So this is a padlock, what they call an economy padlock with a 7/16 shackle. That dimension is generally a reference to the height of the shackle, from the base to the underside, or the zenith of the shackle on the inside. 123 is a reference to the code, and it would be called an indirect code, is what that means. We don't know what the actual manufacturer's code is for this padlock, except that it's a 123 bitting, which wouldn't necessarily be what this is, but I can see looking at this that it's definitely a 123. There are 3 cuts on this. It's unfortunately what we call a declining step key. That would not be... obviously, Master doesn't have a problem with using a declining step key here, meaning the cuts get deeper as they get towards the tip of the key. This video is not a conversation on locksmithing, though, so we'll move on. So it's a 123 key. When you buy, any quantity of these, and they're KA, key to like, and then you specify the bitting. This happens to be the 123 bitting. This client ordered a total of 5 padlocks. They're all key to like. Makes sense. Probably luggage would be my thought. Looking at this client's information, clearly going to a residential address. Very appropriate for such a type of padlock, that sort of application. They're quite light. They weigh about 1/10 of a pound. 2 keys each. Brass body. Shackle. Let's measure that shackle height. We'll use the caliper. The tape measure's a little overkill for the size of what we're doing. So 7/16 they say. And my caliper tells me 0.457. 0.457 from the underside of the shackle to the from the top of the base to the underside of the shackle. So basically 7/16. A couple more dimensions since we're doing it. The width of the shackle, 0.38. 0.38 wide. Diameter of the shackle, 0.139. 0.139 diameter. Okay. Keyway there. It has some stamping down there. I want to be able to tell you what it says. Okay. All it says is China, and then 2 millimeters is what it says. It's got to be the... I don't know what they're referring to in terms of that being 2 millimeter. 0.07 inch. I simply don't know. Appears to be a 3-pin tumbler cylinder. So a pin tumbler is what's in there. These aren't serviceable in any way that I'm familiar with. Looking down into the area where the ball resides, there'll be a spring inside of there that keeps this in the locked position. It doesn't appear to be any sort of access that's here at all. So, very inexpensive padlock that, again, used on those light-duty sort of applications. This type of lock, obviously, is a perfect example of locks keep honest people honest. And let's switch to the screen view now and take a closer look at some supporting documentation. Okay, so this is the item that we are looking at. 7/16 shackle here. Not much to see here, economy brass padlock. However, what I wanted to draw your attention to was the manufacturer's page here. And from here you can view not only all of the Master products that we sell by means of this horizontal navigation, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to their some documentation that they have. I happen to like the 2011 product catalog that's here. It's a much older document at this time, but it's always been reasonably comprehensive in terms of their product line. So again, it pays off here. Economy brass padlocks, the 4120, gives us dimensions, an overview here. Nice cut sheet and reference document, and this is linked to down below this video as well. Now, what's handy about the balance of the document, of course, is that it allows you to review, the balance of the product line, at least to this point. I'm not familiar with a more up-to-date product catalog from Master that incorporates as much visual data as this catalog does. So, used to great effect. I find that the world of padlocks evolves slowly. I've been selling Master padlocks for decades, and yeah, the same part number somebody would ask for in 1990 is the same part number that they'd ask for in the year 2020. So I'm not too concerned about this document being older. Someone walks in and they want a box of 21 padlocks all keyed alike. Okay, that's not a problem at all. So very handy document. Other handy documents that are on here, and one thing that for me makes me realize that Master is a company very founded in the universe of locksmithing, the science of locksmithing, is their lock technical manual that's here. And this is going to allow you to approach their product line from the perspective of a locksmith in terms of exploded drawings, further information, references to parts that you would use when you are going to be combinating this material, keyways, etc. So a very handy reference document. Serrated bottom pins are here. That means something to you if you're a locksmith. Actually, it means something to you if you are a client of theirs, and you don't need to know what serrated pins mean. Just know that it's a benefit to all people involved. Bump deterrent sort of technology here as well, etc. So really handy document. Let's wrap up this video on camera. So in conclusion, a very nice quality product, even though it's very inexpensive. You'll see these on luggage all the time. I'm not sure why that's the only example of use I'm coming up with, but you will see these on other applications. A padlock that would go on a fire extinguisher cabinet, that would be a frangible padlock. I would not say that this would be appropriate for that. Frangible just means, well, you can look that up, but easily broken in terms of getting it open. But other very light security items, you might throw this onto a door on a power supply that might serve, feeding power to, some hardware, things of that nature. Anyway, any questions on the part number 4120 in a KA, key to like, to that bidding number or any other bidding number? I don't know how many changes there are available from Master, because I'm not in my mind familiar with I'd have to look at the technical manual, assuming it's there. But the potential quantity of different keys, I don't know what is published. There's 3 chambers, and the question becomes, how many depths are there? Is there a 0 depth? Probably not. That'd probably be a no cut on the key. We know we've got a 1, 2, 3 cut on this key. The question is, how much closer to the root of the key can you go? I don't know that you can go any closer at all. So there may be theoretically, 999 possibilities on this. It probably offer, a few dozen would be my guess. Or maybe they don't. But the bottom line is there will certainly be different options in terms of biddings for this. If you're doing some sort of project like this client wanted them all keyed alike, I can easily envision, a couple that have 2 bags each, 2 padlocks each, all keyed alike, 1 spare padlock, that kind of stuff. Any questions on the Master number 4120 KA or any other Master product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.